This is the story of Demetrius Edward FLENORY, born June 21st, 1968, in Cleveland, Ohio, was the first of Charles and Lucille FLENORY. The family, including his younger brother, Terry, born 2 years later, moved to Detroit with Demetrius and his siblings. Terry and Nicole grew up in the southwest Detroit near a small city of River Road and Ecorse. This area, particularly during the 80s, was heavily impacted by the crack epidemic. The FLENORY brothers entered the drug trade as teenagers in the mid-1980s, initially selling $50 bags of crack. Demetrius, who dropped out of high school at age 16, and Terry quickly expanded their operation to selling significant quantities of cocaine. Their rise in the drug world brought them into contact with the PA Boys, a gang based in Puritan Avenue in northwest Detroit. This association, particularly with members like Damon Slim Brantley, Reginald the Dude Danzy, and enforcer T. Stuckey, put them on the radar for the DEA. In 1988, Demetrius was convicted of drug possession and sentenced to probation. By the mid-1990s, the FLENORY brothers sought to streamline their operation by establishing direct connections with the Mexican cartels through Wayne Waniac Joyner, a California drug trafficker. This move aimed to eliminate intermediaries and reduce exposure to law enforcement. Demetrius eventually relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, marking a new chapter in his new criminal career. The FLENORY brothers laundered their money drug proceeds through a taxi service founded by Terry, using the settlement from a malpractice suit related to a botched eye surgery. In 1994, Demetrius and Colombian accomplice were arrested on drug charges, which later were dropped due to insufficient evidence. By the mid-1990s, the brothers expanded their operations beyond Detroit and Michigan into states such as Kentucky, Georgia, Missouri, Texas, and California. They capitalized on the downfall of the Miami Boys in Atlanta to become the dominant cocaine suppliers in the area. Demetrius moved to Atlanta to manage their growing operation. Despite numerous arrests, starting in his late teens, Demetrius managed to avoid prison time for much of his criminal career. In February 1996, he was arrested for assault at Magic City's Atlanta strip club, but the charges were dropped. In October of later that year, undercover custom agents received $300,000 for FLENORY's employees and a Michigan cocaine buy. Various seizures followed, including $576,000 from Terry's girlfriend in California and $143,000 from a suspected BMF member in Georgia. FLENORY was also arrested and implicated but not charged in the 1996 murder of federal informant Dennis Clincy Walker in Atlanta, which triggered a low-priority DEA investigation. In 1998, Demetrius was arrested in Atlanta for felony obstruction and marijuana possession. In 1999, 18 kilos of cocaine were seized in Texas from FLENORY's employees, and $424,000 was confiscated during the arrest of associate Bruce Martin. In 2000, Demetrius was arrested for DUI in California, and Terry relocated to Los Angeles to oversee the cocaine shipments from Mexico. This operational split marked the formation of the Black Mafia family. Demetrius overseeing Atlanta, Terry handling Los Angeles. In the late 2000s and early 2001, significant drug seizures linked to BMF occurred, including 17 kilos in Arizona and 19 kilos in Missouri. The Black Mafia family, BMF, under the leadership of Demetrius Big Meech FLENORY and his brother Terry, expanded to over 500 members and operated in 11 different states: Georgia, California, Missouri, Florida, South Carolina, North Carolina, Kentucky, New York, Texas, Alabama, and Michigan. Their success in dominating the drug trade in these areas was largely due to their lower prices they offered to distributors. By securing cocaine directly from Mexican cartels at $9,000 per kilo and bypassing the middleman, BMF sold the cocaine at $17,000 per kilo, significantly undercutting competitors. This direct connection ensured pure product, around 90% pure, which was branded as Hammer and became highly popular among lower-level dealers and users. Investigators estimated BMF sold around 600 kilos of cocaine monthly. In the early 2000s, Demetrius began to raise his public profile, becoming a well-known figure in Atlanta's nightlife. He was often seen with a large entourage of BMF members, all wearing t-shirts with the organization's acronym. They frequently visited the famed strip club Magic City, popularizing in the practice of making it rain. In June 2003, Demetrius celebrated his birthday with a party at Sean P. Diddy Combs' restaurant, Justin's, followed by an after party at BMF Stash House nicknamed the White House. This period marked the beginning of increased visibility and scrutiny by law enforcement. BMF's public presence and Demetrius' high-profile lifestyle drew attention from various agencies, leading to intensified investigations and eventually the organization's downfall. On January 26, 2003, BMF carriers and Detroit residents Brian Ronnell Garnett and Kim Vernell Williams were arrested for money laundering after a Texas highway patrolman confiscated $700,000 in cash during a traffic stop in Gray County, Texas. Later that year, on August 14, Oxford County, Arkansas, police seized 27 kilos of cocaine from a BMF member. The Atlanta investigation into BMF was triggered by a failed robbery at a home of BMF CFO William Doug Marshall on September 7, which led to the recovery of a kilo of cocaine in an empty walk-in safe at the scene. On October 28th, a coalition of law enforcement agencies, including DEA, IRS, and the U.S. Attorney's Office in the Eastern District of Michigan, formed Operation Motor City Mafia, specifically aimed at dismantling BMF. The next month, Demetrius FLENORY public persona was shattered. On November 11th, while partying at Atlanta's Club Chaos, he got into an altercation with Anthony Wolf Jones, Sean P. Diddy Combs' former bodyguard. After being escorted out, Jones and his associate, Lamont Riggs Gertie, waited for Demetrius in the parking lot. A confrontation ensued, resulting in a gunfight where Demetrius was shot in the buttocks. His companion, Amin Bull Height, was shot in the foot. Gertie was killed, and Jones died later from chest wounds. An anonymous witness claimed to have seen Demetrius fire at least 7 shots, and police recovered 24 spent shell casings. Demetrius was charged with 2 counts of murder, but the charges was dropped due to insufficient evidence. However, the incident garnered significant media attention and led to a change in Atlanta's nightclub closing policy from 4 a.m. to 2 a.m. The shooting also caused a rift between the FLENORY brothers, leading to a split within BMF. Terry, who had maintained a lower profile, criticized Demetrius on police wiretaps for his flamboyant lifestyle, which he believed attracted unwanted law enforcement attention. Following the 2003 shootout, BMF was effectively divided into 2 factions, each headed by one of the brothers. While both brothers retained overall authority, their respective groups operated separately, with a few employees continuing to report to both FLENORYs. In 2004, law enforcement's focus on BMF intensified as Demetrius FLENORY continued to elevate his public profile. In March, Demetrius took significant steps to legitimize his organization by venturing into the music industry. He incorporated BMF Entertainment, a hip-hop music label, and launched The Juice, a lifestyle and music magazine. The magazine's first issue featured dual covers, one with Demetrius as the executive editor and one with rising rapper and close BMF associate Young Jeezy. BMF Entertainment concentrated on promoting its solo artist, Blue Da Vinci, through high-budget music videos and collaborations with prominent rapper artists like Fabulous and Young Jeezy. BMF reportedly paid DJs to play Young Jeezy songs in the nightclub to boost his popularity. Demetrius also commissioned billboards in Atlanta proclaiming, "The world is BMF's." During March and April, several traffic stops by state troopers resulted in significant seizures of cash and narcotics linked to BMF. One stop outside of St. Louis uncovered 100 kilos of cocaine, while another in Fenton, Missouri, found over $500,000 in cash. In April, BMF associate Tremaine Kiki Graham, who was one of the son-in-law of Atlanta's first female African-American mayor, Shirley Franklin, was arrested on drug trafficking charges. That spring, a joint task force including the DEA, ATF, HIDTA, APD, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office was formed to target BMF. Federal agents received warrants to wiretap members of the organization, leading to the interception of 1,000 calls made by Terry FLENORY. Although Demetrius was never caught on a wiretap, the evidence gathered from Terry's communication was substantial. In June, Demetrius celebrated his 36th birthday in Atlanta's 25,000 square foot mega club compound. The extravagant party featured $100,000 worth of rented wildlife, including lions, zebras, and elephants, further showcasing his affluent lifestyle and attracting even more attention from law enforcement. BMF continued to track attention in 2005 with incidents involving celebrities. On May 10th, rapper Gucci Mane Davis shot and killed a home invader in Decatur, Georgia, and was charged with murder. Davis' attorneys claimed the invaders were acting on orders from BMF to harm and kill him due to a feud between him and associate J. Young Jeezy Jenkins. Although Davis was questioned by federal agencies, he was the only person arrested and the charges were eventually dropped. On July 11, 2005, Terry FLENORY was arrested in Illinois during a traffic stop and found in possession of approximately $4 million in jewelry. He was personally delivering the jewelry to rapper Young Jeezy for a photo shoot. This incident sparked a money laundering investigation involving Terry, music producer Damon Thomas, and celebrity jeweler Jacob the Jeweler Arabo. Damon Thomas, part of the production duo The Underdogs, was also known as the first husband of reality star Kim Kardashian. Their marriage lasted from 2000 to 2003, starting with Kim Kardashian was 19. Both FLENORY brothers were arrested and apprehended in 2005. On October 20th, Demetrius was tracked and arrested in a rented $1.2 million mansion located in the suburbs of Frisco, Texas, outside of Dallas. A week later, on October 27th, Terry was arrested alongside other BMF associates in a private home in the suburb outside of St. Louis, Missouri. Demetrius was granted a $100,000 bond with a strict condition that he remained under house arrest until trial in the custody of his mother, Lucia. By late October 2005, the crackdown on the Black Mafia family had resulted in the arrest of 47 members and associates. Law enforcement had seized 635 kilos of cocaine and $14 million in cash and assets linked to the organization.